welcome to another one of my tips and tricks videos. If you haven't seen the tips and tricks videos for the starfighter assault mode, then the link will be in the description. Now, moving on to the Galactic assault mode. Basically what this is you're fighting against the enemy team inside the planets on the ground. So there's no in-space battles, it's all inside the planet. Now, the first thing to consider is which class you want to choose. Now, each class is basically more towards which person you feel comfortable using. So that's my first tip, is find one that works for you. So you have 4 types of classes. You have the assault class, the heavy class, the officer class, and the specialist class. So I'll be playing with each of those classes throughout the video, but right now I'm going to describe them to you. So the assault class is more of your close quarter gunfight person. So their gun isn't really effective at long range, but it's more used for close quarter gunfight. Now you'll see a lot of people be the assault class because they can maneuver quickly and they can kill very closely uprange. Now the next class you have is the heavy class. The heavy class is more of your big gun type class, so it also comes with a shield. So if you like to shoot further away but also want to protect yourself, the heavy class is good because you are able to shoot through lines of enemies, but you're also able to protect yourself up close, so that's good. Now, the specialist class is like your sniper class. Basically, it is used for picking off enemies that are further away that you want to hang back and get some kills. This is pretty good for the Naboo map that we were shown in the beta, because if you like to hang back but also pick off those enemies that were staying towards the temple, then you were able to do that. It's not really for everyone. It's kind of like a 2 to 3 shot person, 2 to 3 shots per kill. So, I mean, if you are more focused and patient to get a kill, then this is good for you. But if you don't really like to do that and like to rush around, then you can do that. This is one of the classes that you're not going to get as many kills in unless you're a pro sniper, but just a tip. And the last class that we'll have is the officer class. The officer class is the least class you should get a lot of kills in. What I mean by that is, if you're the officer class, don't expect to get 100 plus kills or whatever, because it's likely not going to happen. The officer class is basically your support class. You are there for like supporting your team and getting more points and all that stuff, just helping your team and helping yourself get more points. So that's the 4 different classes you could be. That's my first tip, is just try each of them and find out which one you like the best. Now, like I said before, I like the heavy class because I just like to move and shoot, but also be able to protect myself. I play the assault a little bit because I like the fast pace of it, but heavy and assault are the 2 that I go with. That's what a lot of people go with as well. Now, moving on to the points. With the points, you are now not just able to play as a hero, but you can also choose to play as a special character. So, like, what I mean that is, you have like rocket people, or you have Wookiee warriors, or you have super battle droids that you were able to purchase. They're like 1,500 to get them. So, I mean, if you have a little bit of points and you want to try someone new, then you can try that out. Not only can you be special people, but you could be ships now. So ranging from 1,800 to 1,500, you can be an interceptor, a bomber, or a fighter class that you can fly around in the map. Now, basically, you can shoot down at targets on the ground, but it's kind of hard since there's no markers to indicate where they are located, so it's kind of a hit and miss type situation. And you don't really want to fly down low because, as you can probably see from this gameplay, I am potentially going to go and crash into the map, which is not the brightest moment, but I mean, it's whatever. Now, you also have fighters fighting in between you, like in the air as well, so you got to worry about that. I mean, people can potentially shoot you down from the sky. I've not seen it happen, but I believe that it could be possible for that to happen. So that's the points, and of course, the last thing you can spend the points with for 5,000 are your hero classes. Now, with your heroes, you'll have, for the beta on Naboo, you have Han Solo, Rey, Darth Maul, and Boba Fett that you can all play as. I was only able to play as Boba Fett for this game. This is my first time actually playing as Boba Fett. I tried Rey out before in a different match, and I did not do really well with her. So that's just me not playing before. I'm sure tons of people do well with Rey and other people, but I mean, I feel like the Sith heroes are more powerful because I went up against Darth Maul, and Darth Maul just destroyed me. So that's just pro tip that if you're going against if you're like Rey or someone going against Darth Maul, make sure you have other allies around you to help you out because one-on-one you're not gonna potentially survive that. And so another one is playing the objective. If you're on the rebel side or the clone army side, your goal is to stop the transport to getting towards the temple. Now to do that, you need to destroy it, and to destroy it, you use ion cannons. Now there's always going to be two located on the map. Okay, if you want to play the objective and get some more points easily, you pick up an ion cannon and you charge it up, and then you shoot the transport. Now, there's more like the chances of you shooting it are pretty good, but just know that you can't pull out any other weapons besides that when you're holding it. So you better hope that your teammates protect you or have a squad that can look after you, so that way you can destroy the transport while still survive and get those points. So my tips for getting a lot of points are try to go for, like I said, find a class that you like and then get a lot of kills. I think you could if you get a good enough kills or assists, then you can easily get 5,000 or more. So then you can get a hero or something else that you want, and then spend your points wisely. That's another tip. Is if you want to just fly around in the beginning and try to kill people on the ground, then you can spend your points to do that. But if you want to save up for a hero and fly around, you can't do it all unless you get a good amount of kills. So just know that going into it is that spend your points wisely so you don't regret it later in the match. And then, of course, it's always teamwork. You really don't want to run anywhere by yourself, because if you run somewhere by yourself and there's like 3 enemies, the chances of you killing all 3 of them and you surviving are not that great. So work with your squad or work with your team to help bring those enemies down and help give you more assist points or more kills. And remember, the more you roll with your squad, the more points you get for kills and assists. So that's another helpful reminder. That's basically all the tips and tricks I have for now. Basically, to summarize it, is just play smart. And then your last thing is actually your controls. I noticed that the melee button is B. Actually, I'm sorry. I like my melee weapon as the B on the Xbox controller, and so if you don't like it or you do like it, you can always switch it up, to help you out. I mean, another thing is like sensitivity of spinning or moving and stuff. It's just another thing. So if you need a quick turnaround or whatever, that's just a helpful reminder. All right, thank you for watching my video, and I hope you enjoy the rest of it. Until next time, see you guys later.
Protective measures.
Ion blast penetrating the transport. Grenade out. MTT reporting subsystem failure. I'm on point. Follow me. Bam! Systems damage to the MTT. Squad assignment accepted. Activating strategic control circuits. Grenade prime. Alert! Republic attacks damaging the MTT. Look! The Republic storm! Emergency! MTT hit! Multiple units destroyed! Squad assignment accepted! Transport is taking damage!
MTT targeting weapons.
Grenade on!
The MTT.
Cutting down.
Republic hero on site. Standing attack. Sentry mode activated. And... Roger, roger.